He wants to serve. He wants to be a part of something grand and exceptional. He wants to serve. He wants to be a part of something grand and exceptional.
Coming up on Cedar Valley today, a local high school student is accepted to one of the most elite U.S. military academies. The Waterloo Blackhawk Theater celebrates 100 years of performances. Then we take a look at some Bible studies on campus. This is Cedar Valley Today. Hello and welcome to Cedar Valley Today. I'm Christine Alexander.
And I'm Kaylin Thompson. A Waverly Shell Rock senior was recently accepted into the United States Military Academy, also known as West Point. According to the U.S. News and World Report, only 9.5% who apply to West Point are accepted. Christian Flegge's application was one of the very few selected.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Waverly Shell Rock senior Christian Flegge not only had the chance to meet U.S. Representative Rob Blum, but also receive a very important phone call from him the night before.
When you're notified, you're either notified through the mail or your member of Congress who nominated you could call you, or you can find out online on your candidate portal. But whenever my phone rings, that's the first thing that I think of.
Flegge started the strenuous and competitive application process back in February of his junior year, but his dream of going to West Point began long before.
And I just kind of really enjoyed the idea of the opportunity of going there and getting one of the best educations in the country and getting some awesome military training as well as leadership training.
Take all the credit for West Point, right?
No, that's all his doing.
Thankfully, Flegge did have some help when it came to the application process.
We sat down and talked about what has to be done, and he did a really good job of knowing what had to be done.
With help from his school counselor, Chuck Steckelberg, Christian is able to take everything he's learned from Waverly Shell Rock High School all the way to the United States Military Academy in West Point, New York.
He's always been one of those people that just kind of makes the team work. And I think that's one of those vital skills that will really help.
Flegge says he wants to study engineering and robotics in particular at West Point. He reports on June 27th. Flegge says he talked to the WSR baseball coach and will unfortunately not be going out for his final season, but he still expects the Go Hawks to be down in Des Moines at the end of the summer, going for another state championship.
Special collection week for the pickup of large items begins Monday, April 25th and ends on Friday, April 29th. Fees for items like appliances and furniture must be paid in advance at the new Public Services Center or at the Public Works office in City Hall. Yard waste will also be picked up from curbs on regular garbage days between April 25th and May 2nd. Chris McKenzie of the Public Services staff says garden chemicals and pesticides will not be picked up. For more details about Collection Week, contact Waverly City Hall. The Polk County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in locating a teen from Granger, Iowa. Sam Miller, age 17, left his home in Granger, Iowa on March 30th. Sam was driving a red 2007 Chevy Cobalt with Iowa license plate CNB114. If you have any information, call the Polk County Sheriff's Office at 515-286-3800. After the break, we take a look at one option for how students can study faith at Wartburg.
As Wartburg alumni, we're proud to support Knights Athletics. And as First National Bank employees, we're here to serve you first.
There are many different ways a student can explore their faith at Wartburg College, but one of the lesser-known options is the Way of Jesus Bible Study. Each way, the group gathers together to study the Bible readings for the following Sunday in a friendly and open community. Although next week is the last time the group will meet for this semester, they will reconvene next school year. The group meets once a week on Wednesday evening at 7:30, and anyone is welcome to attend.
I always learn something new. Like, no matter how many times I've studied whatever text we're looking at, I always hear it in a new way when I do it with students. It's just amazing how someone else's perspective can bring out something you never saw in the text before.
Students had the opportunity Wednesday and Thursday evening to sign up for housing with their potential roommates for next year. Options to live in suites and singles were held Wednesday night, and doubles and triples were Thursday night. Students had to average out their lottery numbers with their roommates and wait for their range of numbers to be called. Students who did not go for housing can still sign up for available rooms. The Wartburg College Wind Ensemble is hosting a spaghetti supper Saturday, April 2nd from 4 to 7 in the evening at St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Waverly. The supper will go to help raise funds for the group's international tour in Europe this May. The event will be a free will donation and all you can eat. For more information, contact Dr. Craig Hancock at craig.hancock@wartburg.edu. Now, one of the most well-known theaters, the Black Hawk County Community Theater in Waterloo, is turning 100 years old. For more on the story, we have Cedar Valley Today's Dan Hack live in Waterloo to tell us more.
Thanks, Christina. The Waterloo Community Playhouse will be celebrating its 100th year anniversary. For this, I took an inside look at what's kept the Playhouse around Waterloo for so long.
For 100 years, the people of Waterloo have had the opportunity to see live performances of playwrights. One thing special to the Waterloo Community Playhouse is that it's made by the community for the community.
Part of the nature of a community theater is it belongs to the community. So everybody who comes in here is part of that structure that makes this work.
In 1916, Waterloo native Miriam Marsh saw the need for a theater group in the area. That year, she organized 20 plays and founded the Waterloo Community Playhouse Theater. The Playhouse has grown and evolved immensely since then.
I think for this organization, the most unique thing is that we're two theater companies now. It started out as the Waterloo Playhouse, but the Black Hawk Children's Theater started in the 60s. It just celebrated its 50th anniversary.
I need everyone to find a stick.
Is a completely different experience from seeing a movie. It's much more present because the story is being told by real people in real time in the same room with you.
It's strange. I think one of the first few shows I saw here was Beauty and the Beast, which was years ago, and I still remember how I felt. It was as if I was transported there.
The Playhouse has provided theater to the community for 100 years and will continue to do so for many more. Reporting for Cedar Valley Today, I'm Dan Hack.
When we come back, we take a look at what's trending in the Cedar Valley.
A car. A car gives you freedom. A new beginning. Room to grow. And in time, room to grow up. Your dream car evolves, and protecting it takes committed support. American Family Insurance.
Here's what's trending in the Cedar Valley. The Cedar Valley is facing another round of phone scams. Black Hawk County law enforcement has received reports about people claiming to be with the IRS, saying the victims owe taxes and they need to be paid immediately. Police want to remind the public the IRS will never contact anyone by phone to pay taxes. The Rod Library at University of Northern Iowa is hosting RodCon this Saturday from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. It is the 3rd annual Mini Comic Con and will feature a photo booth, an escape room, a fashion show, and a Batmobile. Stay with us for our interview on Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
When was the last time you got hyped up about your checking account? It's easy at State Bank. With Hype Checking, you can earn up to 2.04% APY on balances up to $25,000. Plus, get a free debit card with unlimited transactions, reimbursement up to $15 in ATM fees per cycle, free online banking, mobile banking, bill pay, and more. Get hyped up at State Bank with checking that earns you more. Open yours today. State Bank. Community-minded, customer-focused. Member FDIC.
Are you a high school senior passionate about becoming a writer, producer, editor, or even a cinematographer?
Wartburg College's Department of Journalism and Communication wants students like you to join our award-winning creative community.
We've created a digital cinema and production program centered on real-world experiences, with the goal of helping you master digital skills in video, audio, and live production.
You'll have the opportunity to work in our digital production control room, live recording studios, and have access to our full line of digital cinema gear.
This program is designed for digital creatives who want to explore areas such as screenwriting, producing and directing, digital cinematography and lighting design, music production and digital audio recording, live video production and streaming.
We're committed to training the next generation of digital storytellers. For more information about Wartburg's Department of Journalism and Communication, find us online and on Facebook.
April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. I'm here with Heather Clark from Cedar Valley Friends of the Family. Thank you for joining us, Heather. So, sexual assault is a very broad term that covers a lot of things. So can you tell us what exactly is sexual assault?
Sexual assault would be any way that someone would use basically any sex act to gain power and control over another individual. Sexual harassment would be any unwanted advances, whether that be physical or verbal, towards someone. And so we've tried to focus on both of those during the month of April for sexual assault.
Now, how often does sexual assault happen in college campuses and in the Cedar Valley in general?
Specifically on college campuses, the statistic is that about 1 in 5 women and 1 in 16 men will experience sexual assault while in college, and about 2/3 of college students will experience sexual harassment at some point in college.
Wow, that's scary. So what are the options available for someone who knows someone who is sexually assaulted or for someone who is sexually assaulted?
Specifically through our agency, so Cedar Valley Friends of the Family, we provide emergency sheltering and housing services for victims of sexual assault and domestic violence. So since most victims of sexual assault do know their perpetrator, they may have fear of staying in their current location. So if they're staying on campus or staying in an apartment outside of campus, they can call us. They can receive emergency shelter. They can also receive housing services to relocate to a new place so that they can secure their safety.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us today, Heather. And after a break, we have 3 events happening in the Cedar Valley this weekend. Stay with us.
As Wartburg alumni, we're proud to support Knights Athletics. And as First National Bank employees, we're here to serve you first.
These are 3 things happening in the Cedar Valley this weekend. Tonight, the Electric Park Ballroom will be hosting a fundraiser for the Sullivan Brothers Iowa Veterans Museum. Local dancers will compete in a dance competition. The Fools 5K will be happening on Saturday in Waterloo at George Wythe State Park. The event starts at 9 a.m. To finish out the weekend, the Cedar Falls AMVET Post 49 is holding a vintage music festival. Music of all varieties from country to classic rock and roll will be performed. For more events, visit wcfcourier.com/calendar. And this is our 80th show of the year. So I would just like to thank Jeannie Edson, our news director for the past 2 years. Thank you for the amazing more than 160 shows actually, and to our amazing crew. Stay with us. We will be back next year, Cedar Valley.